Did you know that we're in the midst of the most active period in the housing market in the country's history? House prices in the United States have increased by 18.8% in the last year, but a complete crash could be on the way. In this video, you'll find out how the housing market will fare over the next months, especially if you're an investor, in which case you don't want to miss this. Also, the real reason why a crash is unavoidable. A secret truth long kept, finally revealed. Along with how not to make the mistake that many of us are making right now. It is reasonable that homeowners, in particular, are concerned about a possible housing market crash. The housing market meltdown of 2008 is a recent reminder of what may happen when home values skyrocket. And this is the hottest market we've ever seen. The average American home is now worth about 21% more than it was a year ago. A record that has been broken each of the last 12 months. Instead of weeks, houses have been selling in days. Inventory is 52% lower than it would be in a typical spring. However, Zillow recently released its first quarter financial report, and the findings show that we may be on the verge of a complete housing market crash. We all know that Zillow is a key player in the real estate market in the United States. Therefore, such a report is something to reckon with. Co-founder and chief executive officer of Zillow, Rich Barton, wrote, "With forecasts varying widely, one thing that is clear about the 2022 housing market is that the path ahead is uncertain. Even the highly respectable real estate company can't boldly say that the housing bubble won't burst anytime soon." Barton also said, "We continue to see low levels of inventory, down 23% year over year in March. New for-sale listings were less strained in March, up to 36% from February levels, but still down 9% year over year." When things like this start to appear on prominent housing organization reports like Zillow, we should pay close attention to the market. Certainly, you wouldn't expect these individuals to come out with huge headlines predicting a full catastrophe in the coming days. Things like this can only be seen if you read between the lines, which we have accomplished thus far. It's not just Barton who is making a statement. According to recent data from the National Association of Realtors, or NAR, the trade group representing estate agents in the United States, pending home sales declined for the fifth consecutive month in March, falling 1.2% from February. For the 10th month, pending sales declined by 8.2% compared to the previous year, with pending sales down in all regions. This is what NAR chief economist Lawrence Yun had to say. The failing contract signings are implying that multiple offers will soon dissipate and be replaced by much calmer and normalized market conditions. As it stands, the sudden large gains in mortgage rates have reduced the pool of eligible home buyers, and that has consequently lowered buying activity. Only a handful of experts believe that the recent surge in property prices is a bubble about to burst, bringing the economy down. In 2007, almost no one was concerned about the housing bubble. Alan Greenspan, the former chairman of Federal Reserve, famously stated in 2005 that there was no bubble. He said in a congressional testimony on June 9, 2005, quote, "Although a bubble in home prices for the nation as a whole does not appear likely, there do appear to be, at minimum, signs of froth in some local markets where home prices seem to have risen to unsustainable levels." End quote. Not so many people agreed with him. The early years of this century saw a building boom, which helped to fuel rising house inventories and increasing vacancy rates. Despite growing housing prices, economists assumed that the rising rate of home ownership meant that there would be an almost limitless supply of purchasers who would be able and ready to pay. However, the price hikes did come to an end. According to the widely observed S&P CoreLogic case Shiller National Home Price Index, home prices began to drop in February 2007, losing 26% of their value before bottoming out. The year that followed experienced a complete housing market crash. Have we learned our lesson? Maybe not, because we appear to be on the same course again, and everyone seems unconcerned about the possibility of a collision. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel